Hello. Happy holidays. I just want to get up here and just give God glory for such a wonderful Christmas He allowed me to have. Um, I did post one of the best Christmases of my adult life, and that is having both of my sons here with me together at one time. And what was so special, I'm not going to take a long time with this video because I got a call from my friend who's in Pennsylvania. And I was telling him that I was having breakfast with my sons and I was fixing Tim pancakes, sausage, cheese, eggs, shrimp and grits, coffee. And he was like, wait a minute, let me speak to Tim. Is he there? I said, yeah, he's here. So I said, Tim, somebody want to speak to you. And he got on the phone. And I tell you, this man told Tim, hey man, don't be eating my grits and shrimp and my eggs, my cheese eggs and my sausage and my pancakes. Don't be eating all my stuff. And Tim just laughed. He laughed so hard. I probably could have counted all his teeth. He laughed so hard that made my heart melt. This boy is serious as I am, okay? And he was laughing so hard that my friend was telling him this stuff. He didn't get mad. He didn't get an attitude. He just cracked up. So that was one gift that Tim gave me, and my friend did too. That special gifts. That right there was better than giving me a card with $500 in it and a big gift I had to open up, with something that I like. That was more to me than any of that. I mean, just those emotions, what he said, and he caused him to laugh and laugh out loud and show his teeth and just trip out. Laugh so hard I started laughing. I heard him because it was on speaker. But then later on, I heard my youngest son say, I love you, to somebody on the phone. I was like, I love you. There you go, son. There you go. Tell people when you love them. He tells me he loves me, right? But I mean, tell other people when you love them. I want them to tell people that they love them. I don't want them to hold it back. Because, see, he grew up in a home, and, no disrespect to nobody. Everybody don't love the same way you love. I like affirmations. I like touch. Gifts, okay. I'm not going to knock it, but if that's your love language of giving gifts and stuff like that, okay. But I like just to be there. Just, I love you. Touch and hold and kissing. That's my love language. So now I saw that my son's love language is also affirmation. I love you. And you know what? Not only that, should we give other people what their love language is? If I don't need all that, I love you, but you do, guess what? I'm going to do it for you because I love you. And even though my love language is not saying it or touching, feeling, you don't want nobody to touch you. You be like, come on now, you ain't got to do all that. I grew up with that, okay? I grew up with some of that in marriages, okay? You ain't got to do all that. But you know what? Yes, you do. To somebody else, yes, you do. I'm going to tell you, if you're not giving the other person what their love language requires, you are missing it. You are missing out on a relationship that could be the best relationship of your life. If I want and need you to tell me that you love me and you don't give me that, I'm missing something. But I'm giving you what you want, which is you don't want me to tell you you love me. I love you. You don't want that. So I don't do that because that's what you don't want that. But if I want it and I need it and that's what I like, you need to go ahead on and give me that. Because that's what I need. A husband and a wife supposed to be serving one another. So if you got to know your wife and you got to know your husband in order to serve them, in order to give them what they need. So if sacrifice, that's when that comes in at. If you don't normally say I love you and she likes I love you, then you got to sacrifice your feelings. how you feel about it, and say, you know what, I'm going to please my husband. I'm going to please my wife. I'm going to tell him I love him. I'm going to hug on her, and I'm going to kiss her. Every day I'm going to give her a kiss. Every day I'm going to give him a hug. I'm going to hug him so tight, because that's their language. That's what they need. And I didn't mean to get off on the husband-wife thing. I wanted to stay on the Christmas thing that God blessed me to see, the revelation he blessed me to see. Look at my buka right there. That's my buka. Woo! Lord have mercy. That's a whole nother love language right there. But anyway, I was so glad to hear that my son said, I love you. And I was so glad to see the laughter in my oldest son's, his countenance, his laughter, his smile. And I was so glad that my friend knew how to tap into that with a joke. Because he know he can't, he's far away. He know he can't get no pancakes and no sausage and no shrimp and grits and no cheese, eggs, and no coffee. One day he may get that. But right now he knew he couldn't get it on yesterday. But I tell you, all three of those guys made my Christmas amazing. And I just want to thank God, because he knew my heart's desire. And so, no, there go my buka right there. I didn't get to see her, but I'll get to see her soon. But Lord knows she's always in my prayers, because that's an anointed little girl right there. She's anointed. She's different. She's different. And who knows how God gonna use her. And he's gonna use her mightily. Just like, she's trying to use me in my old age right now. So I'm letting him do it. I'm letting him do it. Because the best place to be is in the will of God, his perfect will. Doing his perfect will. Surrendering everything to him. And that's what I've done. And that's why all of these blessings came on Christmas. I surrendered all of that. And God said, okay, since you gave it to me, let me give it back to you in a different way. And so my Christmas was, I know Jesus Christ was born, or around this time or whatever, we were celebrating his birth. And that's a blessing. But he has given me so much of his love on yesterday that I will never forget that day. Yesterday was a day to remember. And today is another day to give thanks. And that's why I'm giving him thanks right now, because tomorrow is not promised. So on that note, I hope your Christmas was beautiful. I hope you got revelations. I hope God answered your prayers, because you got to look beyond what you're getting and look to what are you giving? What are you giving? That's what you have to ask yourself. What am I giving? And then God will give you so much more. God bless you.